you're not mindful, and in terms of what needs to happen now. What needs do you have now as a new husband, as a new father?
Yeah, I think you're mindful of your growth, but not the growth of your partner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we do this thing every Monday, actually, where we check in with each other. Like we have without fail, except we didn't do it this week because we were traveling,
Right.
and we feel it when we don't, because you have to put that conscious watering of the flower, or the shit will die.
You know what's scary about marriage to me is that I have a lot more friends who are unhappily married than happily married.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know way more
Why
people.
is that? Why do
you
you
feel
why
the same
is
way,
that?
right?
I do.
Why do you
Yeah.
think that is? Like, why? No.
Well,
But
I
there's
know the answer
another-
to that.
Okay, here we go.
Me being someone who's not married, and I think it is that I don't think you ask the right questions when you're dating people. Like, it's crazy to me that I have friends that they're in like 2-year relationships and they don't even know if the guy wants kids, if she wants kids. Like, I mean, they're not having like the right conversation. So then they are in these relationships that end up lasting. So you're like 3 years in. And then, like, what's next? Okay, well, society says marriage is next. Okay.
Right.
So then they propose and they are in this marriage, but they don't really ask the right questions. They're not really getting to know the real person.
I agree with
That's
that.
what I think.
And I also think there's problems that you have when you're dating that you think if you get married, they'll go
solve
away.
it. Yep. Same thing with kids.
Yeah.
And also, I think it goes back to what we were talking about on the way here. It's like really getting access to what is your thing. Like, I had this like come save me thing happening, which is interesting. The character that I play on the show. We talked
that was
about
me. Yeah. In my
that some
20s,
people
yeah.
like to do the same. So if you need to be saved, then you're going to hook up with the savior. It's like peanut butter and jelly, lock and key. So you got to really get access to what is your thing, and if you don't like it, then it's not about the other person. It's like you got to deal with what's going on with you.
I had a savior, I guess, thing that I was trying to like help out, like the
Oh, my
guys I
God.
was dating all the time.
I know
wrong
this
with
girl,
that?
and she's always doing stuff for every guy that she dates.
but
And I'm
then
like,
Right.
stop
Ask me,
doing
stop
so
doing
much
that.
stuff.
And why are you
for it.
doing that?
So-
Right.
Like, really? Why
But
are
I
you
didn't
really
realize
doing
how
that?
But then on the
emasculating
flip
that
side,
was.
they say a great woman can make a man great. So I
Right.
think maybe
I
a
think
lot
there's
of
a
guys
balance,
might
though.
be
You don't want to
expecting
do
that.
But you
too
have to
much.
make a
I
man
think
great
I
in
was
the
doing
way
the most.
that
Yeah, you do too much
I think
sometimes.
I think I was
he
doing
can
the
feel
most.
and moves
Yeah, I think I
him
was doing the
and so that he
most.
feels supported. If you do it in a way that he does not feel supported, then you're not
Making him great.
making him great.
What you are is making him dependent.
And then he
That-
takes you for
that-
granted after
Yep,
a while,
right,
and then
yep.
you're just doing these things, and
Yep.
then you start
Yeah.
feeling like, damn, I did all this, and then
Right.
But- And,
And
he's
then,
thinking,
yeah.
I didn't ask you to do anything.
Exactly. Which
So-
both are fair statements.
Yeah, both
yeah.
are fair.
Well, I think men only say that when the woman starts throwing it up in their face. When the woman starts throwing in their face everything she's done for him, then the man might say, well, I didn't ask you to do all that.
Well,
but I think you appreciate the support if it's real, genuine support.
I guess the question is it
Is it real genuine support?
I wasn't coming from that place. In my mind, I'm giving,
right.
but I'm not asking.
And men like for you to ask for things and rely on them and
So-
need help.
Yeah. And so I understand that I was in the wrong in that. In my-
Right. I think it's the intention
Earlier
behind the act.
Yeah, it's really the intention.
And why do y'all say things like that? Who says men want y'all to ask for us?
They
things
do.
for-
Because I think in
I'm a man.
relationships,
Who says that? Like,
Okay, well, do men want women? And I hate generalizing because
Yeah,
Exactly.
not all men. I get that.
What about you?
I think men. I think we feel like our job is to protect and provide, but I don't need my woman. She don't have to ask me for anything because I feel like I'm gonna be there to do it regardless. You know
But
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
can't though, and she can, I was doing those things because I've never dated somebody based on who they are in life and what they do in life. Like, I'm not that kind of girl. So if I have and he doesn't have, I would just do, but I would never ask, or is this okay? And I found in my 20s, in my earlier adult relationships, that it was emasculating, and I didn't realize I was doing it. I mean, that's
and I feel
honest.
like even with my boyfriend, he'll be like, oh, well, you have everything. You don't need anything from me. You never ask me for anything. And sometimes people like that, even if it's simple, like, can you pick me up from the airport? It could be something
That's
small.
big.
Right. But I would never do that. I'll just get in the Uber and go
Right,
just
right.
because
Yeah.
that's just how I move around.
Right.
Like, I travel a lot and I'm used to doing that. But I think,
That he
just like
might
I'll
wanna
do
feel
stuff for
needed
you.
that way. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it makes
it's
you
a
feel good.
balance.
Like, thank you so much. You know, I
Right.
appreciate it
Yeah.
because it is nice when you can say, I needed you for something. You came through. Thank you.
Right. And that
means-
person feels good being able to do that, and you gave them a space to do that rather than taking that away from them.
If someone loves you, they love doing things for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually,
Yeah,
but
without you asking.